Today, I'm gonna walk you through the most common mistakes people make when 3D printing with resin. The kind of mistakes that can put your safety at risk or cut down the lifespan of your printer and make your prints fail. And of course, I will show you how to avoid them. Stick around until the end, because I will also bust some myths that many people still believe about resin printing. So let's dive in! Hi, my name is Gabriel. You may call me Mini Boss. Please just don't ask me why, it's a long story. Well, this one may sound obvious, but it has to be said. Take safety seriously and don't skip PPE. Resin printing isn't some terrifying monster that's impossible to deal with. It's better to follow a few simple, practical steps every time you print than to set up an overly complex system you will ignore later. Nitrile gloves, safety goggles, and a post-apocalyptic mask are essential PPE items that you must have before resin printing. Without them, don't even start. Ventilation is super important, but don't place your printer right next to windows, since direct sunlight and even indirect light bouncing off surfaces can cure the resin unintentionally and ruin your prints. Many artificial lights also emit UV, so be careful with the lighting you use around your setup. You can test whether your room's artificial light emits enough UV to cure resin by placing a small drop under the light and observing how it reacts over time. Also, try separating your workspace into different stages. Use dedicated tools and keep things organized with silicone mats or trays. A little planning up front. Plus, having paper towels and a spray bottle with alcohol ready will save you a lot of hassle and time during your printing process. Depending on where you live, at night or in colder weather, resin gets thicker and more viscous, changing its flow and how it behaves during printing, which can cause failed prints even if your calibration is spot on. Some printers already have a resin heating system built in, but if yours doesn't, there are accessories that can help keep the resin at the right temperature. Constantly measure how much resin you will need. Slicer software gives you an approximate estimate, but keep in mind, you will usually end up consuming a bit more than that. That's why leaving yourself a margin is essential. Not just for the extra usage, but also because you always need enough resin to cover the bottom of the vat. But don't overdo it. Never go beyond the printer's maximum limit, or you risk spills, a huge mess, and even damage your machine. And trust me, you don't want to deal with that. If your resin isn't calibrated properly, you will end up with failed prints, wasted resin, and a higher chance of damaging your printer. Even if you are using the exact same printer and the same resin as a friend, it's important to calibrate your own parameters. For that, you can use several community tests to dial in your settings before starting a serious print. We have developed one ourselves in partnership with Table Flip Foundry, the cones of calibration. You can check how it works in a class from our free course, 3D Printing Hero. The link to the course is in the description. This one's really simple but important. If the VAT or build plate isn't properly locked in place, it can cause print failures and even damage the FEP or LCD. To avoid that, a quick pre-print checklist or double-check the knobs helps you not forget this detail. It takes just seconds and keeps both you and your printer safe. We even made one ourselves to help you out. You will find it in the description too. And let us know in the comments which of these steps you already follow and if there's any other one you think we should add. And speaking of forgetting, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Alright, let's move on to the next mistake. It's always a challenge to empty your vat, right? Well, you usually only need to do this if you are changing resin types. If you have had a failed print, use the clean vat function. It cures a thin resin film with UV light, trapping leftover particles. To make it easier, in the free course at the description, you'll find a tool we designed that works like a hook to remove that cured resin film from inside the vat. Also, always mix your resin before printing, always. Even if the resin looks uniform. You can even do this directly inside the vat, stirring it gently with a silicone spatula. A punctured FEP can cause resin to leak, and that can destroy your LCD. A simple LCD protector, basically like a screen protector for your phone, can save it. Many manufacturers already provide protectors made specifically for your printer. On top of that, adding a strip of tape around the edges of the LCD helps to stop any resin leaks from spreading into other parts of your machine. Bonus tip: cover the acrylic lid inside and out with PVC plastic to prevent resin splashes from ruining it. It won't look as pretty, but here we prioritize functionality and safety over aesthetics. After all, you can easily replace the plastic sheet, but if your acrylic lid gets damaged, fixing it is a whole different story. Don't skip steps when cleaning your prints. Even if you got a wash and cure machine, doing just a single stage wash will make your alcohol dirty really fast. Instead, go for a two-stage wash. First, use a container of alcohol that will get more saturated with resin. Then, move your print to the wash machine with a cleaner container. And to finish, give it a final spray to make sure everything's perfectly clean. This way, your models stay sharp and you will save a lot of alcohol in the long run. And don't forget to make sure your hollow prints are well cleaned inside too. If you keep placing prints in the same area, your LCD and FEP will wear unevenly, and the FEP can start turning whitish in the center faster. Move your prints around to extend the lifespan of both. Now, let's break down some of the most common myths people believe regarding resin printing and why they are false. Water washable resin is safer. False. Treat it like any other resin, including how you dispose of the cleaning water, and never pour it down your drain, much less your yard. Low odor resin is less toxic. False. Just because it has no smell, it doesn't mean the air is safe. You still need to wear the proper mask. Odor can help you notice toxicity, but even odorless resins contain the same harmful chemicals. Built-in carbon filters make the air safe. False. They capture odors, not the harmful organic compounds. To actually improve air quality, you need a filter that can trap organic compounds. Touching areas with uncured resin is safe once you have cleaned them. False. Residues can remain on surfaces. To ensure minimum safety, if you really need to touch these contaminated areas, make sure to cure the surfaces first with UV light. A basic mask is enough for resin printing. False. Even though some printer kits come with a simple mask, it's useless against the chemicals. You need a proper respirator with an organic vapor filter to stay protected. Cured resin can't touch food. No, no, no! Only special food-safe resins can be used this way. Look for manufacturers that provide certificates approved by regulatory entities to guarantee safe use. For example, some dental resins are formulated and certified for specific applications. Biodegradable resin is less toxic. Also false. Some components may come from renewable sources and the resin can even become biodegradable under specific conditions, but it still contains harmful chemicals. Alright, let's do a quick recap so this sticks. Ground rule: don't skip PPE. Set up your environment properly. Watch the room temperature. Calculate resin and leave a margin. Calibrate before printing. Secure the VAT and BuildPlate. Don't empty the VAT every time. Protect your LCD and your lid. Take your time cleaning and slice your prints around the build area. Finally, remember, don't fall for the myths. Follow these tips, avoid these mistakes, and you will keep your resin printing safer, cleaner, and way more reliable. Now that you know what not to do, go print something amazing and safely, of course. If you want to expand your knowledge for free, you can find the link to our 3D printing course in the description. Not only you will learn everything to become a 3D printing hero, but you also get a free mini pack so you can start right away. Make sure to hit like, subscribe, and share this video with your fellow makers. Thanks for watching and happy printing! Bye!